Hi, I'm Charlotte. Today I'm going to be narrating the banana cake recipe. This is for moments when you have several overripe bananas and the oven is on. So we're going to start by showing you what you need. You're going to obviously need some bananas because it's banana cake. What else would you have in banana cake, obviously? You're also going to need some self-raising flour. Make sure it's self-raising flour and not lots of other types of flour. There's lots of types of flour actually. And then you're going to need a fork and a wooden spoon. You can also use a different type of spoon. And 2 eggs. We use medium free-range eggs in our house, but you can use any type of eggs you would like. You're also going to need some mixed dried fruit and some brown sugar. I personally really like brown sugar. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. So we're going to start by taking 4 or 5 overripe bananas and putting them in the bowl. We're going to peel them. And don't put the banana peel in there, oopsies. Put your actual bananas into the bowl. And so you're just going to peel them gently and put them into the bowl. I don't think you need to cut them, but I guess you can if you want to. So we're peeling our second banana now, as you can see. So just peel the bananas and put them into the bowl like so. So then after we've put in the bowls, the bananas, we're going to take the fork and we're going to mash the bananas up. So this probably would be easy to do if you hadn't cut the bananas up, so I wouldn't recommend cutting the bananas up then. So you're just going to take your fork and mash the bananas up into the bowl, similar to how you would mash mashed potato for a roast dinner, like on Christmas. Don't you just love Christmas? Okay, anyway, so we're mashing up them, and this is what it should look like. I think it looks a bit like vanilla ice cream, but maybe that's just me. And then we're going to get the scale back, put the bowl back on top of the scale, and then we're going to take the mixed dried fruit. We're going to use 125 grams of sultanas or mixed dried fruit. And just pour it into the bowl. We're using the scale to obviously measure the 125 grams. And just pour that nicely into the bowl. And then clip the lid back on. Some of the lids we have in our house are very hard to click. And then we're going to take our brown sugar. And we're going to use 150 grams of that into the bowl now. So as you can see, we're just shaking that in. And obviously we're measuring that on the scale again. Put the lid back on. And then we're going to take 2 eggs. Like I said, I think we normally use medium free-range eggs, but you can obviously use any that you would like. So you're just going to crack them and pour them into the bowl. This is both egg white and egg yolk into the bowl. Then you're going to mix everything together with your wooden spoon and your fork. Oh no, we're just cleaning the fork. My mistake. So you're just mixing everything up with the spoon. Here's what it should look like. It smells amazing when it's like this. Like, I'm not even kidding, it smells gorgeous. And then we're going to use 225 grams of self-raising flour. Like I said, you'd be surprised how many different types of flour there is. Let me see if I can name some. There's self-raising flour. I don't know. But, yeah, there's lots of different types of flours. So make sure this one is self-raising flour. And then we're going to look around confusedly, take the scale away, and then we're going to be using 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Cinnamon is the best thing ever, it smells amazing. Or you can just put some in, like my mum did. And then we're going to mix it all up again. We're sort of adding more of the drier ingredients now, although I suppose flour was part of this, yeah. So you're adding more of the dry ingredients now, rather than the wet ones. So we're just mixing all of that up together, and then as you can see, we're almost done with that. Oh no, we're still mixing. Okay, here's what it should look like. It doesn't look as appetizing now. I think it's the cinnamon though that's making it look like that, like the colour. And then you're going to take 2 baking trays and use some baking paper on top of them. Well, not on top of them, like in them. I really like these tins. They remind me of bread. I don't know why, I just like it. It makes it feel very not homemade, because you get sort of loaf cakes from Morrison's in places. But I think they sort of like give a sort of princessy royal vibes. I don't know, I just like them. Anyway, and then once you put the baking paper in, you're going to add some vegetable oil. Don't use hair oil or something in your baking tray. That wouldn't be quite as useful. And then you're going to just spread around the oil with the oil brush. The oil is used so that the oil and the baking paper are used so that the mixture doesn't stick to the tin, which would be unfortunate. Anyway, and then we're going to pour the mixture into the baking tins. I don't know what they're called. I think they're called loaf tins, but I think they're very nice. So then we're just going to pour that in and try and not spill it everywhere. And then it looks quite cinematic actually, doesn't it, when it's like all being poured in. Although the baking paper, oh my gosh, it's all like going to crazy part here. Like the baking paper's falling in itself, the spoon was falling. Absolute chaos. You may need to scrape the bottom of the bowl to get as much mixture out as you can. I would recommend that, and then you can lick the bowl out afterwards. Which is actually not one of my favourite parts. It is one of my favourite parts of baking, but it has to depend on what is being baked, because I personally don't like banana bread. Or banana cake, I don't remember what we're making. I personally don't like banana bread and banana cake, because I don't like bananas. So, yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people do like bananas. And then we're going to bake for approximately 1 hour, but keep an eye on it in case it burns. And we're now in uddies, as you can see here. So then we're now taking them out. You should probably leave them to cool before you get to this stage. Then we're going to take them out of the baking paper and the baking tin. Flip them over, which is something I very much struggle to do when I bake. I haven't baked in a while, but I do like to bake as well. So then we've got the other one out now that magically appeared. And then once you've taken them both out, they look a bit like chocolate fingers, but like giant sized. Can you imagine a giant chocolate finger? That'd be amazing. Anyway, so we now have our finished banana bread. And then here is them. Oh wow, they look so good. Thank you for watching.